In the spring of 1907, a 14-year-old Italian boy named Frank Cassetta stood on the deck of a steamship as it drifted into New York harbor. Like millions before him, he had spent weeks crossing the Atlantic in steerage, crowded, dim quarters where illness spread easily and privacy did not exist. He had left behind a small village in southern Italy, where poverty pressed hard against daily life. America, he had been told, offered something different: wages, opportunity, and a chance to help his family survive. As the ship passed the towering figure of Statue of Liberty, passengers surged forward. Some prayed, others cried. Frank watched quietly, clutching a small cloth bag that held all he owned. He was traveling alone, sent ahead to join an older cousin already working in New York.
Keep the line moving. Faster now, quickly. Next.
Sir, right this way. Move along, move along.
But before he could reach that cousin, he would have to pass through Ellis Island, a place both hopeful and feared. By 1907, Ellis Island was at its busiest. More than 1 million immigrants would pass through that year alone. The processing center was efficient, but not gentle. When Frank stepped into the registry room, he was immediately swept into a system designed to sort human lives quickly. Lines formed, instructions were shouted in English, and confusion spread among those who spoke only Italian, Yiddish, Polish, or dozens of other languages. Doctors stood along the staircase, watching each immigrant climb. This was the infamous 6-second physical. As Frank reached the top, a doctor used a button hook to lift his eyelids, searching for signs of trachoma, a contagious eye disease. The exam was quick, invasive, and frightening, especially for children traveling alone. Ellis Island records and testimonies from the time reveal that immigrants from Southern and Eastern Europe, Italians, Jews from the Russian Empire, and Slavic groups often faced harsher scrutiny. Though the law did not explicitly target them, prejudice shaped how inspectors interpreted what they saw. Italians, in particular, were frequently labeled as likely to become a public charge, a vague designation that could lead to deportation. Discrimination did not end at Ellis Island. Italians were often viewed with suspicion and hostility. Newspapers of the time portrayed them as criminals or uneducated laborers. Lynchings of Italian immigrants, particularly in the South, were a grim reminder that acceptance in America was uneven and often conditional. Yet within their communities, immigrants built networks of support. Italian neighborhoods formed, where language, food, and traditions provided comfort. Mutual aid societies helped families during illness or unemployment. Churches became gathering places not just for worship, but for connection and survival. The darker truths of Ellis Island remain an essential part of its history. It was not simply a gateway of hope, it was also a place of judgment, where health, wealth, ethnicity, and even emotional state could determine a person's future. Families were separated, individuals were mislabeled, trauma was often misunderstood as a weakness, and yet millions endured. I encourage you to continue your understanding of the history of immigrants who arrived on American shores from all over the world. Use your knowledge for good and try to always share your opinions based on real facts within your point of view. Thank you for sharing this video and your thoughts in the comments.